Joining me now, I've got Katie and Lanita from the hospitality section of the Frankston Arts Centre. Thank you for joining me, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Now, can you give us a little bit of an overview of what you both do?
Well, I'm a functions officer. So basically candy bar, waitressing, serving you dinner, welcoming you to the venue and taking orders from Lanita, who's my boss.
So I'm one of the supervisors on the hospitality team. So we work a lot of the theatre events and we work behind the front bar and we serve customers for any of their requirements and their needs for when they're heading into the theatre. Lots of choc tops, lots of Maltesers.
Yum.
But we also do a lot of work in our function centre and we do a lot of dinner and shows. We also do school events, valedictories, awards nights, and lots of different events that happen in the function centre. So all that waitressing and bar work there as well.
And the setup.
And the setting up and packing down and cleaning and the rest of it, yeah.
You've got to be pretty versatile in that
Yes,
section
it's a
of the
lot of
business.
heavy lifting.
Okay, let's start right at the start. You know, we're talking about theatre goers. So let's say that they're just on a practical level. People are coming and getting food and beverage before the show. Snacky things. What are they after? What's popular?
Oh, choc tops.
Choc tops.
The choc tops. We have actually sold out of choc tops a couple of times this week. They have, I mean, the hot weather is helpful.
Totally.
But it's, yeah, when you go to the theatre, you're getting a choc top.
You think about a choc top. And then so what happens? You've got, you know, a certain amount of time before a show starts that you're like, okay, you cut off because you can't take stuff in there.
Only you can take everything but hot food and hot drinks. So you
Okay.
can take your choc tops in.
Okay.
You've got to be able to eat in your seat.
And glass. So,
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to have your champers in a placky glass, but
That's okay.
still tastes amazing.
Yeah, it's still the same when you're watching the show. Okay, so people go in and then do all shows have intervals? Not necessarily.
No, not every show. I think it mostly just depends on the production.
Yeah.
But a majority, I would say, of our shows do have an interval. So our guests can come out and purchase a drink then, or a bit more snacky, another choc top. But a lot of our guests are cotton on to the fact that if you pre-order in advance, you don't have to line up with everybody else.
I saw this, the QR code.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, I mean, on a practical level for you guys and the team, if you do have a show that's got an interval, you're obviously aware of what time that's happening, and you like all systems go, like ready to,
yes.
Yeah.
because you've got like a
Definitely.
surge of people coming out, right?
It is a lot of
yeah.
like communication with our front of house team and back of house team, and there's often like a lot of like yelling across the foyer of like, how long, like, is it the last song, like 5
Yep.
minutes to go? Because if it's a sold out show, that's 800 or 900 people that are walking out those doors, and a lot of them needing a refreshment. So
And we've only got 20 minutes in that interval.
yeah, it's a short space of time to be able to serve a heck of a lot of people.
What kind? So is it a pretty simple menu that you're having at interval so it's not holding those lines up? Like, is the turnaround pretty quick?
Yeah, I mean, and obviously we've got to be on our game too, so be quick. But yeah, we've got a great range, but it's all sort of really accessible and nothing too like crazy that's going to take a lot of time.
You're not
to
mixing
make.
cocktails.
No, that's
No.
right. Yeah,
So how many of you would be on one of the bigger shows?
there's 3 tills, so 3 of us,
Okay.
and then if it is a big sold out show, we'll open the back bar so that we've got the express bar there, so that way we've got 4 bars or 4 people running.
Okay. And so for the people that have cottoned onto the little QR code, what happens there?
They're really fortunate. They're able to be able to pre-order their food and their beverages. If you're pre-ordering in advance, you are helping us out because it's bringing down those queue lines.
So what do you do? So you're getting those throughout the first show?
Yep. So we're getting the pre-orders through in that first hour of service when everyone's coming into the theatre and getting settled, or in the first act of the show. So people are on their phones or devices and they're pre-ordering their food and drinks. It prints out like a little ticket, and we're then able to make sure that their order is ready for them when they come out to interval, and it's all like set aside in a little VIP area for them. So
they just go up and show their phone?
They just come up and it's their name.
Say their name.
Yeah.
That is a really good tip. And a 10% discount.
Absolutely.
It's a win-win.
You're mad not to.
You're mad not to. Okay, add that to the list. I've also been, in my whole time of doing my little research around Frankston Arts Centre, I have been trying to find out the best row. So before I forget, what's your favourite row in the main theatre?
E.
E. That's a bit close.
That's like...
I like that. I like to be able to like pretty much shake their hand.
Okay.
But that was also so quick. Like I have to like sit here and consider this.
Not my first show.
Quite aggressive, Katie, on the row E.
I actually don't even know.
19 and 20 E. That's where I like to sit.
My gosh.
I'm G18. A couple rows back.
I quite love being front row of the dress circle, so right at the top.
That's
because
nice.
I feel like you can like get a sense of the atmosphere. I feel like I understand being so close and you like be able to shake their hand and being up in the middle of it. But I feel like sometimes if you're up above it, you can sense a bit more of that atmosphere and can see. Sometimes also for shows, it's really entertaining, and I find like a lot of people watching. So being able to actually watch the people like down on the floor and being able to see it all, like it actually like for me, it is a sense of like being able to sense all that whole atmosphere and the vibe of everything.
Hey, I think people's rows say a lot about them. I like it.
Okay, what does that say about me?
No, it's you're very observant. And someone else was saying they love the dress circle because particularly if there's dancing on the formations, if you've got that bit more of a view from the top. So there you go. Anyway.
Maybe my next show I'll branch
Okay.
out. Maybe.
We'll see how you go. Okay, so that's sort of the main show service stuff that you do. So that's pretty standard across all of the shows. Do the people from Cube come in as well, or have they got their own?
Cube, when we do a Cube show, we set up just like a little portable bar there.
Okay.
So for majority of the Cube shows, there would be a hospitality team member there serving a bit of a more limited selection.
Yep.
But it generally, from our point of view, it depends a little bit on the numbers and also what the Cube event is. Cube is really versatile in a lot of their programming and their events, so not always is it appropriate for a bar to be there.
Sure.
I know especially through the school holidays we've had hot arts, so it's maybe not the best functional program to put in
You
a
don't
bar
need the
there as well.
champagne.
No,
Yeah.
you definitely do not need well, some of the parents might need a champagne, let's be honest. But yeah, for majority of the Cube shows, there is their own independent portable bar there.
Okay, good to know. All right, so then looking at the bigger functions that you do, you sort of skated over them before, Lanita, a little bit about valedictory dinners and what is it, the dinner and a show. So sort of can you break down a few of the things that you do there and what that looks like in terms from your team?
I think from the startup, we have to just talk about the setups. So some of the setups that we have for these functions, they take us days. If we've got a massive valedictory with all the families and grandparents, we could be talking about 35 tables. Even when we have DMT, which is the daytime musical theatre, there's often times that function reaches up to 30 tables. So that's 300 people that we've got to get set up for. So
are they coming to you with all of the stuff, or do you hire all of that out, or like how does that work?
It depends on the requirements. So when it comes to the standard tables and chairs, we have a lot of those already set up. So we generally don't need to hire out for tables and chairs.
Sure.
If they've got specific requirements of the colour of their linens or something, or if it's like a school and they want the school colours,
Sure.
We would then hire out more like of
Pops of
their
that colour.
of their requirements. But for when we do things like DMT, that's all in house, so that's us setting it up, it's our linens, it's our tables, we're putting out the chairs, we're cleaning the carpets, we're getting all the teas and coffees organised, and so
Setting all the cutlery.
These things take us
knife,
days.
Every single fork.
Absolutely, and polishing all the cutlery and this glassware, it takes us days.
That's a lot. It's a big job.
Yeah.
I don't do it all.
It's normally a few people on for a full 8-hour day of setup.
Right.
Yeah.
And that can be really fun because
It's a massive party.
Well, you know that it's something exciting coming to, I suppose, for people. You're setting up that's going to be, that they're going to enjoy. So talking about the food then for these kind of events, how does that happen? Is there menu options?
A lot of it we do, there might be alternate drop, or for daytime musical, we just do the one that's a real crowd pleaser. I think at the moment we've got some really yummy beef cheeks floating around.
Oh, my God, yum.
Lamb shanks is so good.
Yeah. Yes. And then, so it's alternate drop, and then you can swap with somebody next to you if you didn't like.
But as an organiser to an event, if the school or whatever function's going on, there is a menu list that they can get to pick from. So when it comes to us though, from what we see from the function, we're just we get given what we're given and we make sure it goes out to the table.
And we hope there's one or two left over.
Absolutely.
For in between those services, you're like, just have a little bit of beef cheek while you're waiting.
Yeah.
That's so good. So what are some of the fun events that you've done here that are memorable for you?
Oh, we had Shrek here recently.
Yeah.
I got to meet him, which is great.
Did you get a photo?
No, the line for the photo was a really long one. But actually, and I did get to meet Dorothy though when we had the Wizard of Oz, so that was really special. But no, it's been really good. We've had a great turnout.
We had the cabaret show just last week. That
Oh,
was
Shirley Bassey.
Yeah, such a great
singer. She
singer.
had great numbers.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's so fun.
And we've got Dolly coming up.
Elvis has been here. Yeah.
So do you get a chance to get to a lot of the shows too?
When we're not working.
Yeah. You're like not popping your head in during the
if you be really good and you can make friends with the ushers, you may be able to pop your head in. But you didn't hear that from me.
No. Apparently that's just
I've heard.
I know how that
So
happened.
what are some of the challenges you come up against? I mean, it's very fast paced. You've got a lot of people, you know, you're really adding to their experience. They're coming here, they've spent money, they want to enjoy their time. You know, there must be some pressure points for you guys that you've got to overcome.
Not to sell out on things. And that pressure point, because especially the interval, I find that I'm like, I would hate for somebody to have to line up for 20 minutes and then get there and go, we've sold out of choc tops. Or there's no more Maltesers. And so it's a real, and the guys in the office do a great job because, it would be very hard to try and pick
Manage
that number and go,
Yeah.
okay, well, how many are we going to need? So, even though this week we have sold out a lot, it's very rare that it does happen.
Yes, right. And what about you? Do you think there's anything?
From when we do our functions, and there's a lot of pressure points in those, mostly just around timings and just being, dinner service at this time. All right, we've got to clear dinner by this time, and then dessert comes out at this time, and then speeches at this time. So, but it's just making sure you meet those deadlines and being able to work, like you said, in a very fast-paced environment. Yeah.
It's such a team atmosphere here, and everyone's always sort of talking to each other. Everyone that I've spoken to has been like, we couldn't do this job without this person, and it seems like a well-oiled machine. What do you think helps make that so seamless at Frankston Arts Centre for the best experience?
Communication,
100%.
Yeah. If we're not talking to each other, then it definitely, I think the best thing is if somebody can come in and think it looks really easy and go, wow, how, not even think about the setup or anything that goes behind them, we're doing our jobs right.
That's
But
awesome.
if we weren't talking to each other, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But I also think it's just the personality that so many of us have, where we're all just willing to help out and give a hand. And so I remember there was one night it was a Thursday night, and we'd had a school in the function centre. We had to completely reset for the next day when we had DMT of 30 tables. So everyone just pitched in and gave a hand. All the ushers had vacuums and cleaning up, and the back of house got their carpet cleaner. And so even though the hospitality team is, I guess, in charge of resetting that function centre, that we all have this personality of okay, let's just all, chip in and help out. And I think, yes, we all communicate for sure, and that's definitely essential, but everyone here has the same personality and that attitude of let's just get this done, and we'll all chip in and get it done together.
All hands on deck.
Absolutely.
I love it. How big's the team, the hospitality team?
Oh, you would probably know more than me.
I think probably
12?
12 to
I think it's
15.
about 15.
We're pretty close. There's not too many of us.
That's very small. I was actually expecting more, because what kind of, we've said that you do valedictories and you do, the dinner and a show. What else? What other kind of things would you think that you do here function wise? You did
so we've got the theatre, dinner and show, daytime musical.
But can anyone hire the?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
right. That's good to know. Yeah. So it's you can cater for how many people in there?
Yeah. We've had weddings in there before.
Weddings?
Yeah.
Full chefs and
Full
everything
chefs,
in there.
Kitchen hands.
It's amazing to think how intimidating it would be to knock out that much food well,
Oh, and they do it.
Yeah.
They do it so well.
That is so nice. You
They
really
do a fantastic job.
really do everything here, which is so nice. And I've said this to everyone, all the different departments, you all obviously work so well together, and it makes for such a nice experience. Being able to get your choc top, receive it with a smile. You guys are so lovely and smiley and welcoming. The ushers are so great. All the front of house people are wonderful, and you just come in here and it makes the experience. We were saying it can be tough times for people to dig into their wallets and buy tickets to a show, but it's so nice to be able to come and enjoy it and have a great experience. So well done to you two and to the whole team. It's so nice to see a happy team and people who like coming to work.
It's a good place to work.
Yeah. Well done. And thanks so much for stepping away from the candy bar and having a chat to me.